Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
And an eventful fortnight has gone from bad to worse for the Premier, with Liberal Jane Howlett sensationally resigning from the government front bench, citing personal and family reasons. She's the second minister to quit in as many weeks, sparking another cabinet reshuffle ahead of Parliament's return.
Jane Howlett was sworn into cabinet just a week ago, but last night she resigned from the ministry, citing personal and family reasons.
Jane spoke to me yesterday. She said that she needed to have a break, that she needed to focus on her own health and focus on her family, and I'm fully supportive of that.
The Liberal member says her brother's death was the catalyst for her decision to step down, but some are questioning if there's more to it.
We take on face value the reasons for the resignation today, but there are questions about whether there was a conflict of interest in her former role as a sports minister, and the Premier should investigate that.
Ms Howlett has brought no matter to my attention in terms of a conflict of interest, a perception of a conflict of interest, or any matter that would have impacted upon her role as Minister.
The member for Prosser will miss the first 2 weeks of Parliament, leaving the Premier to elevate another backbencher to the Cabinet before Tuesday and fill the 5 vacant portfolios Ms Howlett left behind. The painstaking task comes after his former Education Minister resigned 2 weeks ago, sparking a full Cabinet reshuffle.
This is not a strong, stable majority government. It's a government in complete disarray.
Jane Howlett will remain in the upper house, the Premier flagging this may not be the last time she sits in cabinet. Lucky for Peter Gutwein, it's almost certain he won't lose his 13-seat majority in the House of Assembly.
And a recount is underway to fill Sarah Courtney's vacant seat of Bass. Political reporter AINSLEY KOCH is outside Parliament House. AINSLEY, when will we know the outcome?
Good evening, Kim. Well, in breaking news, the Electoral Commission has just confirmed Liberal candidate Lara Alexander has just won the recount for the seat of Bass. It was a 2-horse race today between her and fellow Liberal Simon Wood, but she, of course, has just come out on top. It follows Sarah Courtney resigning from her role as the member for Bass just 2 weeks ago, and with Ms Alexander taking the majority of Ms Courtney's preferences, it means Peter Gutwein has just secured a 13th seat to retain his majority government just in time for the return of Parliament next week, Kim.
OK, thanks very much, AINSLEY there. Well, the Northwest Support School in Burnie has asked parents to keep their children at home following a COVID outbreak on site. The Department of Education has provided learning at home packs to families, but students can attend in person if they have returned a negative RAT. 80% of Tasmanian schools have recorded COVID outbreaks since they returned on February 9.
Please keep their children home today, as well as on Monday the 28th of February, if they are able to do so, due to increasing numbers of staff and students testing positive.
And it must be so stressful for teachers and parents every day, you know, in those classrooms with children unmasked, knowing that this killer virus is rampaging through the community and our schools.
A 65-year-old woman has passed away with the virus overnight. Tasmania recording 851 new cases today. A new report presented to Tasmania's nursing and midwifery body has revealed the plight the sector is facing. 600 positions across the state's major hospitals are currently vacant. The union is pushing for an immediate solution to the problem, preparing to take the matter once again to an Industrial Commission meeting on Monday, not ruling out the possibility of strike action.
There's hundreds of double shifts being worked every month, and this has been ongoing throughout nearly 2 years of a COVID-19 pandemic. Our members are absolutely exhausted.
State Health Commander Catherine Morgan-Wicks says the Health Department is continuing to actively recruit more staff in line with the increased demands on the health system and the COVID-19 emergency response, while actively encouraging an interstate and overseas intake. A 60-year-old man is in custody after an alleged armed robbery at a southern Tasmanian supermarket. Police say the man, allegedly armed with a small axe, stole a large quantity of items from an Austin's Ferry store on Main Road. He was arrested around 5 minutes later at the scene. No staff or customers were threatened or injured. The axe has been recovered by police. Anyone who witnessed the incident or has information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. A new state-of-the-art police station has opened in New Norfolk to curb antisocial behaviour. It replaces the former hub, which opened 50 years ago, but it won't be operational 24/7. Instead, resources will be brought in from Bridgewater after 3 a.m.
It's much better to invest in additional police officer Bridgewater to cover those periods of time when there are no police officers working here.
The state government is investing $5 million into the new station and has employed 5 additional officers in the area since 2014. Tasmanian drivers are already being slugged more than $2 a litre for petrol, with predictions the conflict in Ukraine could push prices higher. Petrol stations in Hobart today charging as much as $2.01 a litre, while several Launceston servos hovered just above the $2 mark. White Mark on Flinders Island has the state's most expensive fuel at $2.21 a litre. Federal opposition leader Anthony Albanese has continued his Tasmanian voter pitch, announcing a $1 million election promise to combat a skills shortage in the state. A new jobs hub in CHERYL is at the centre of the investment to help grow trade pathways for young people.
The growth in this community means that we need a purpose-built facility that will be able to deliver for the people of this region, and in particular deliver opportunity for young people wanting to start work through an apprenticeship.
Older workers wanting to retrain will also be an integral part of the service. Plans have already been drawn up for the project, which would be supported by the City's Council and the South East Employment Hub. A Tasmanian is vying for the crown of the nation's best chef. Launceston Country Club's Christopher Wright will compete for the $10,000 prize against 32 other cooks. He's hoping for redemption after falling short in 2015. Contestants will be judged on taste, creativity and skill by a panel of 15 judges.
There's nothing on the mainland Australia that we don't have here that's as good or better. So I think I'd be well prepared for any sort of protein or vegetable.
A handful of other state culinary experts also set to make an appearance at the Melbourne-based cook-up.
A number of Olympic basketballers have arrived in Tasmania ahead of a blockbuster WNBL clash tomorrow night. The Southside Flyers and the Bendigo Spirit will go head-to-head in what's expected to be a fight to the finish.
Fresh off the back of an Opals World Cup squad selection, SARA BLICAVS is in strong spirits about her basketball after a return from injury.
I was over in Serbia with the girls with the Opals team, so I have managed to play a few games, so I'm feeling pretty good, and I think our whole team give us great confidence whether you've been out or you're in.
While they suited up in the green and gold together for the Tokyo Olympics last year, TESSA LAVEY will pull on her Spirit colours tomorrow night to face off against her childhood best friend.
It's always fun when someone else scores on you and they're a really good friend of yours and you're like, that was a great move, like well done, and you just try and get them back straight away. But yeah, I think it'll be a really good challenge.
A lot of trash talk to be had, which is always entertaining, but it's a good amount of serious competitiveness with a hint of fun, and I think that's what sport is.
Aspiring young locals will get the chance to see the game under the My State Bank Arena spotlight as the idea for the state's own WNBL side gains traction.
We've been inspired by women or generations before us, and that's exactly what we want to do. We want to come and inspire kids.
In his first official outing as Sports Minister, Nick Street was throwing his support behind the matches.
Bringing elite level sport to Tasmania is important, but it's what it can do for grassroots participation that I'm really interested in as the Sport and Recreation Minister.
Saturday and Wednesday night's game will also see former Hobart Chargers star MADDIE Garrick return to familiar territory.
There's obviously a great basketball following here now that we've got the Jack Jumpers in the NBL. We want to bring that experience and that talent in the women's side.
Tip-off is at 5 o'clock. Grace Evans, 7 Tasmania News.
Western United is coming to Tasmania on a 6-game winning streak. A record coach, John ALOISI, is keen to extend against Perth Glory on Sunday. The two sides are sparking something of a turf war as they try to make Tasmania a fortress of their own. ALOISI played in a junior championship in Launceston and has kept an eye on the state ever since.
We see a couple of players come through here and there, Nathaniel Atkinson being one of the last ones. So you know, there is talent there, and hopefully the league grows enough that Tasmania can have a team there.
And if we see any more of Ben Garuccio's skills from earlier this week, it'll be a game to remember. Kick-off is 6:45 Sunday night. Hawthorn and Richmond's clash in Devonport next weekend is now sold out. Around 9,000 tickets have been snapped up 48 hours after they went on sale. The clash is raising money for those affected by the Hillcrest Primary School tragedy. The two clubs, along with North Melbourne, will run clinics in the lead up to the game. The first bounce for those lucky enough to score a ticket is 1:10 on Saturday week. And they say you should always back the horse with the best name. So tonight's Friday flashback is to Free Beer, the horse which won the Masses of Mozza at the '96 Launceston Cup. Chic hats were running out the door ahead of Cup Day, all building up to the fan favourite fashions on the field. Some were having none of that though on Mowbray's manicured lawns, opting for more obscure outfits. As the sparkling started flowing and the crowd settled in, the betting ramped up.
Now the horses are being called in for the running of the 1996 Launceston Cup. There's the light. They're racing.
And there was one horse proving to be a fan favourite once again. The reigning Cup champion, Free Beer, was about to deliver punters a windfall. After a rather fitting tangle with Tavern Dancer, Free Beer pulled away to join Rare Company as a back-to-back Launceston Cup winner.
Don't tell me he's going to win it again. He's still in front, Free Beer. He's won it back-to-back.
Connections were so excited they literally shouted Free Beer for those trackside.
I thought he'd have sort of trouble getting past, but he showed a lot of courage. All the attributes he's known for.
Punters cashed in too, with odds of 25-1.
Free Beer, number 2. Give him another roar.
Cheers to that. It's a shame all the free beers in Kalgoorlie tonight, Kim.
Exactly, it's all in a name, isn't it? Thanks very much, Tom.
Good evening. Temperatures were generally close to average across the state today, apart from the east and southeast, which were 5 degrees below average. Hobart 17, Launceston 26, which was the state's high, 23 for both Devonport and Burnie. Luncheon Hill 25 today, 23 at Low Head and on Flinders Island, King Island, Bushy Park and Strawn 21, 19 at St Helens, Grove 18, 17 at the Friendly Beaches and Lyweenie and Maria Island 16 degrees. Lots of low-level clouds seen about the east and south of the state today, while convective cloud is forming in the northwest. Convective cloud also developing over much of eastern Australia, extending into central parts of the country in the afternoon. A tropical low is present to the west of Darwin. Tomorrow the high centre shifts to the southeast of Tasmania while the ridge remains to the south. The monsoon trough becomes more active across the far north, with the potential for the tropical low to intensify into a tropical cyclone during the day. A trough remains extending down the coast of WA. North to southeasterly winds 15 to 25 knots, lighter and more variable in the west with afternoon sea breezes inshore, seas up to 2 metres. A cloudy day ahead tomorrow in Hobart, 20 degrees, 21 and mostly sunny at Medina, and Oatlands 18, cloudy there. Partly cloudy in Launceston, 25, 22 and mostly sunny in Devonport, and Lyweenie 18, partly cloudy. A mostly sunny day ahead in Burnie, 21, cloudy, 22 at Strawn, and Marrawar 23 and partly cloudy. A possible shower at St Helens 19, a shower or two at Swansea 20 and also at Orford 19. The UV is 8 tomorrow, dropping down a point but still in the very high range. Sunrise at 6:47 a.m. Looking ahead now to Sunday, a cloudy day with showers about the east, mainly fine elsewhere. Cloudy with showers about the east on Monday, mainly fine about the southwest, but the chance of showers elsewhere. And Tuesday, cloudy with showers about the east, tending to rain in the northeast, the chance of showers about the northwest and mainly fine elsewhere. And tomorrow in Canberra, a shower or two, 22, showers in Sydney 26, rain in Brisbane 25 and 27 for Melbourne, a partly cloudy day. Right now in Hobart it's 16 and partly cloudy, Launceston 21 and sunny and Devonport 19 and mostly cloudy. I hope you have a great weekend ahead, Kim.
And you too, Carmen. Thanks very much for this week. Well, that is all your news for now. Louise will be with you over the weekend. Thanks for joining us. Good night.